The Cold War gives nukes, spy satellites, and the world's biggest paperweight in the sky, the AN-225 Mriya. Today, I'm rebuilding it with actual paper. Don't worry, mine won't need 32 wheels to roll off my desk, because it won't have any. Why does this absolute unit of a plane even exist? Well, back in the 80s, the USSR wanted to flex harder than the US. America had the space shuttle. The Soviets, they built their own. It's called the Buran. But here's the catch. You can't exactly Uber the space shuttle to the launch pad. You need a monster. Enter the AN-225. So big, you could lose a small wedding inside it, and no one would notice. So this is the blueprint phase, as I normally show it to be. Back then, antenna engineers had supercomputers and flight rules, but me, I've got scissors, glue, and coffee that 90% anxiety. Yeah, don't worry, my handwriting's not part of the build. And I shit you not, the blueprint took 4 pieces of paper. I normally bring 15 to make this. And it took me more than, I think, 25 papers to make this behemoth. So now I'm building the main fuselage portion, so basically the cargo hold. The pressurized cargo hold is the heart of the Mriya, by the way. It's the longest and largest of any aircraft, even the C5 Galaxy. It actually measures around 142 feet. That's hella long. And 21 feet wide. The nose of the Antonov AN-225 has a kneeling nose gear. So basically, it allows the nose to lower down, making it easier to load and unload the cargo. So basically, both sides open up. So the rear opens up like the C-130, and the front opens up like a normal cargo plane. Not gonna lie, this video was for a viewer, but the viewer in question was just a friend, so I was trying to ignore him, but as you can see on the screen, this dude was so persistent. So according to my analytics, they said 25 to 35 was my age range of my viewers, so now I know. Antonov AN-225 has a very distinct tail, by the way. The design is known as the twin tail or the H-tail. This is one of the most unique and recognizable features of the aircraft. Basically, it was specifically designed this way to handle the aerodynamic turbulence created when the Soviet Buran space shuttle was carried piggyback on the fuselage. The single vertical stabilizer like in the AN-124 wouldn't have actually provided sufficient stability, so that's why there's 2 instead of 1. Look at this beauty taking shape. I mean, it's no Airbus A380, but at least mine's gonna buoyant. I did my research this time, boys. These wings are longer than a football field, which means if I drop this model, it has a better chance of flying than my real paper airplanes ever did. For the wings, these wings have an anhedral design, meaning they droop slightly downwards. This design combined these 6 engines, yes the 6, helps with stability. AN-225 had 6 engines. 6. Powered by 6 Progress D18 turbofan engines mounted on pylons, and each of these 6 Progress D18T engines produces a maximum of 51,600 pounds of thrust at takeoff. That's per one engine, so a total combined thrust of around 310,000 pounds. The thrust to weight ratio, normally calculated through total thrust divided by maximum takeoff weight. So in this instance, ratio is 0.234. The real Mriya wasn't just a shuttle carrier. It once delivered 250 tons of cargo. That's 500,000 pounds in freedom units. And a quick fact, 250 tons is 250,000 kilograms. That's 41 elephants. Oh, and landing gear, 32 wheels. Yeah, I'm not cutting all those out unless this video hits 1 million views. Not gonna happen. Alright, I'm gonna show a picture in the top right corner and put stripes alongside, and then the Soviet flag, the USSR flag inside, and we will put the paneling details with a pencil instead of a black pen. And pencil will do. Yeah. This is the IKEA part of the build, except instead of missing screws, I'm missing patience. So for the paint job, I just went with the USSR Space Race paint job. The original AN-225 was destroyed in 2022, but in small ways, we keep it alive. Mine just happens to fit on a bookshelf. And here it is, the Antonov AN-225 Mriya, the world's largest plane rebuilt in paper. These are the cinematic views. If you enjoyed this trip through history and paper cuts, hit subscribe, and next time, who knows, maybe I'll attempt the Millennium Falcon. Catch you later. Peace.